suggest, I'll agree to. Because this is low-key my way of getting your cooking. We're in Sanata's garden. Oh my God, look at those tomatoes. Finally back for a new episode of It's Personal, Season 2. It's been a minute since I actually was in someone's kitchen cooking. The finale for Season 1 and the premiere of Season 2, in those episodes, I was not cooking. I was attending events. So this one is going to be my first time cooking in 2026. And we're about to cook some eggplant. And yes, I'm excited to bring y'all in the kitchen with me, in Sanata's kitchen, in Sanata's beautifully designed home. She is like really good at decorating, and her new home, her apartment was also so beautiful. So now we get to cook and chit chat with her. Okay, just got to Sanata's house. We are in Silver Spring, downtown Silver Spring. We're in Sanata's garden. Oh my God, look at those tomatoes.
Yeah, they're
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so we're gonna do some thyme. Oregano.
Oh, okay.
And she said you wanted basil, right? Chop off the top. This is also basil, it's just another type. Oh, one of them is sweet basil, and then the other one is something else.
Oh, wow.
I think this should be good.
Oh, yeah.
Or
it's more than good, because all I usually use is basil.
Okay, I really like thyme, so I'm gonna do more of that.
Perfect. So, you planted all of these things?
Yes.
Even these red things?
Yeah, these are gardenias.
What's the purple ones?
I usually, if I can't remember, I have it here. So it is this purple queen.
Where is it?
Oh, right on the top. Yeah.
I love the vine.
Yeah. So if you can tell, I have a purple vibe going.
Yeah.
This is not flowering anymore. It only flowers in the spring.
Okay.
But it's a rhododendron and it's purple.
And this is like purplish.
Yeah, this is a coleus. That's also kind of purple. Both of these actually. That's a hibiscus, also purple.
Where? This?
Yeah.
Oh my! Do you make drinks with it?
This is not the edible kind.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
And then, well, we went white with the roses, but
Wow.
gotta have some variety. And these, when they open up, they'll also be purple.
Oh my God! This is a beautiful garden.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. And then more purple. And then I decided to branch out with some pink.
That is lovely. Okay, we back.
Mm-hmm.
From the garden to the kitchen. What they call it? Farm to table?
Yes, farm to table.
So the first step is to cut the eggplant. Have you ever had eggplant before?
Oh yeah. I usually cut it in chunks, but do you prefer sliced?
No, cut it how you usually cut it.
Okay.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I love eggplant.
Yeah.
So they're actually, I didn't know this when I started trying it, It was like an accidental discovery because there's this Greek restaurant.
Oh yeah, they're really known for
Yeah, so I didn't know that. So when I had it from the Greek restaurant, I was like, oh, let me try and make it myself. So that's when I like started playing around with it and learning about it. And the purple, was that like the dark purple, almost like black skin, it has these nutrients, and I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. Lutein and zeaxanthin or something.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Okay, and it's good for your eyes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's really good for your eyes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up eating eggplant. There's a stew you make with it. Like that's what we eat at home. So.
And it was after I started making it that I learned that a lot of people use it, and I'm so late to the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw the other day an AI robot kicked a kid in China.
What?
It was at a parade or something, and I guess it was doing a dance routine, and it kicked.
Oh my goodness.
Just like, why?
See, I will fight a robot. I don't even care. A robot kicking my child? Oh, no.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
Did you have breakfast?
Yeah, I had my usual Greek yogurt, chia seeds, blueberries, and granola.
Lovely. I feel like you're a health girl already.
Yeah, I think people would say that. I don't like actively try. Like I'm not like a health nut where it's like, oh, you know, if it doesn't have this, like I'm not gonna. But I do think I tend to eat healthier than the average person, probably. But it's just how I'm used to eating. So it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything like special or out of the ordinary. It just, yeah, it's just what it is.
Oh, that's awesome. And you said growing up you guys ate eggplant in a stew. What country was that?
Ivory Coast.
Oh my God, that's just produce land. When I think of Ivory Coast, I think of beautiful trees with like fruit coming from it.
Yeah, and beaches. Yeah, it was just a stew. My mom makes it by cooking and then pureeing the eggplant. So, and like is it like a stew consistency, and then with like tomato, and yeah.
So it's pretty much this, but in a stew form.
Yeah.
How amazing is that?
Yeah. And you can have it with meat, rice, whatever. But
it's so funny because I feel like it's like normal in African households to like blend things together and like make stews, things like that. But I actually do a lot of like preparing of foods in a chopped whole form. You know, I don't usually make stews. I feel like stews take a really long time.
it really doesn't. I think I do a mix of both. So I will also like grill or like roast eggplant like we're gonna do, but I'll usually have some type of tomato based stew like to have with whatever the carb is. So it could be couscous or quinoa or rice or anything really, but I'm just used to having sauce. So
and
sauce or stew.
I love sauce. So I find myself making sauce from like the broth of something instead of intentionally making a stew.
I see.
And look, I'm still peeling this onion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you do your thing. You know, cooking is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
No pressure. This is not the bear, so.
Oh my God, I know, right? But I love just letting people do their thing in their kitchen.
Yeah.
I love how you cut this. Usually I slice it into like thin.
Yeah, I do it chunky so that it'll remain firm.
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes it still comes out a little bit more mushy than I wanted, but it is what it is.
And use see, this is how you can use the whole eggplant. Usually I can't use the whole when I'm doing those thin slices because it fills up the tray.
Oh. Yeah, we don't have to use all of the onion.
What kind of oil is this?
It's olive oil, but it's meant for high heat, like for frying.
And you know what? I've used Graza olive oil. They have one for sizzle, for drizzle, for all that.
Exactly.
I've never seen one this big.
Whole Foods sells the big version.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we just got that because we knew, we use it a lot. So
this is sea salt.
oops.
Does sea salt have iodine?
It does not.
So this is 21 salute.
Yeah.
What's in it?
Everything.
Probably
21
even has
seasoning.
curry. Yeah. Oh, it has lemon juice, carrot. Oh.
It has
Oh
all
my
that
god,
stuff.
lovely.
Yeah.
By the way, I have had Sanata's cookie before. She cooked me a vegan cabbage thing. I have tried to recreate that. I have failed.
Oh no.
I have Sanata can really cook.
Time we can do that.
Yeah.
Because it's really not hard.
Oh my god. So like I'll do like a little 1-2, but I'm like this is not the same taste. And I think I have a picture. I'll put a picture of her cabbage when they cooked me a whole vegan spread when I came.
Yeah, I think.
Look at the steam coming from these potatoes. Oh my god. Oh my god. They made vegan food for me, you guys.
We did cabbage and
Potatoes.
and mushroom too?
Yes.
Or was that another time?
No, it was that same time.
It
The
was the
mushrooms were so good. She cooked me a vegan feast. And I pale in comparison. But yeah.
No, but you eat vegan basically all the time.
Yeah.
So you must have a lot more like variety in terms of like the vegetarian dishes that you make.
Oh, I see the notes.
Yeah, it's the Ottolenghi. I don't know how to. I'm pronouncing his name right, but it has a lot of really good. It's all vegetarian.
Oh wow.
Or mostly vegetarian.
Oh, either
But
way,
it's a
I'm
lot of
sold.
like Middle Eastern dishes.
Awesome.
But there's definitely a vegetarian like multiple vegetarian sections.
Mm-hmm.
Because the person who put me onto this book series is a vegetarian. He's vegan. Yeah.
Oh,
so
lovely. I have the Tabitha Brown one, and hers has a lot of soul food recreation.
okay, yeah. See, it's not fully.
Yeah, this is
Fully
fish.
vegetarian, it's fish, but
Mackerel. So they probably got a lot of eggplant in here.
yes, a lot of eggplants and like herbs, and
Ooh, yummy. I
they
love
do
soups.
a lot of roasted vegetables. Yeah, it's really good.
I gotta check this out myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. 400, and it's on roast.
Yeah. I leave it for the set 20 minutes.
Okay. See you in 20 minutes, or less than that. See you.
Yeah, I like that one. That's what I was going for.
Yeah. All done.
Ooh.
I'm literally salivating.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. I want everything in my. Look at my piece. Look at your piece. Greedy. Okay.
Yes, that's the reaction we want. Oh, that's good.
Oh my god. Flavorful.
Do you want me to make a little tomato sauce?
This tea station. Got all the yummies, matchas in here, green tea. What is it, lavender or jasmine? Which one is
It's
this?
jasmine.
Jasmine green tea. She got the fresh leaves. Lovely. And then they have this coffee machine. That's Ryan's.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to use that.
This kettle is perfect. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Ooh.
That smells good.
It smells so good.
How am I jealous? Like,
Make you a cup.
Exactly, right?
And we're back. Oh, I think it's nice. Oh, it's the. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, we're back. We ate. And we're feeling good. We actually feel a little too good. We're a little sleepy, but we're going to proceed with the questions. Okay, so while we were eating, we were talking about how you transitioned into veganism, and that is related to the first question, because the first question is, vegetarianism. So the first question is, do you have a food journey?
I don't remember what led me to become vegetarian. I think it was just like I was tired of eating so much meat, and I just wanted to be healthier overall. And so this was a kind of way for me to try to like expand my palate and like just eat less meat and kind of see how I felt. And then as I saw that I was feeling better, I was like, this is great. And I lived on a college campus as well in a small town, so I lived near a organic like food market, and so it was really easy to like just pop over there and like get fresh produce. Since it's just me, it was still affordable. Like, yes, it's pricier than going to like a supermarket, but I don't eat that much, so
so not as tiny.
So, yes. So that's kind of how it kind of came together. It's just like the opportunity was there, easy to get, fresh produce, like a diverse range of produce, and especially since I was not driving, so needed to be walkable. And I think it was a time where, I was in grad school, also really stressed, and I noticed that my diet had kind of was reflecting that, let's just say. So this was kind of one of the ways I was trying to regulate and get back to like feeling healthy. And then it just continued, and then I got actually used to not eating meat, and I would eat meat less frequently and not miss it. So it's like, peace out. And I think I did this for like 2 years. But as I kept going and things got busier, I realized that I didn't have enough time to make sure that I was getting like full calories and all the protein. And so that's kind of how I started incorporating meat back into my diet and doing kind of a flexitarian thing. That lasted for years as well. I got this book, Modern Flexitarian. So I actually use this cookbook a lot to kind of come up with meal ideas, because that was another thing I was kind of struggling with. Just diversifying, having ideas for different vegetables, different dishes, things like that. So that's kind of how I lived for years, until I met my now husband, who is a big meat eater.
Carnivore.
So he loves meat, bacon, beef, whatever. So when we first started dating, I would make more meat like for him, not necessarily to eat myself, but like, if I'm gonna make a steak, then I'll make 2 and like move on. So I think we met somewhere in the middle. He would definitely say that I made him healthier, and reduced his meat consumption, because let me tell you,
it was high.
It was, the way this man would go through burgers, and I'm just like, but now it's really funny because he's changed a lot. Like if he has a burger on Tuesday, on Saturday, be like, oh no, I had that burger like, earlier this week, so I'm gonna chill out.
That's a huge deal for a man.
Yeah, like maybe I'll do a chicken sandwich instead. And I'm like, you know what? There you go. And we still cook like vegetarian dishes like together. I got him used to eating like lentils and chickpeas and all kinds of stuff that I think he maybe wasn't as interested in before, because kind of like to your point, he wasn't used to making it and didn't know how to make it taste good.
Right.
So it's been kind of nice to continue the journey together, but somebody from a much different path, and then kind of like meet in the middle. I do think we eat too much meat
now because of him.
Yeah, so the next challenge will be to kind of get back to that balance, because it's just, I think we need a little bit more of that.
Okay, so that was an amazing answer. And I keep playing around with this because of this small screen. I don't know what's in the frame or not. Okay.
Yeah.
And that is like, that was such a robust response, right? And I love that you started from your college times, because I do want to talk more to the college girlies that want to get healthier. They don't know how. They want to get healthier with their diet. They don't know how. Because I feel like there's actually a high amount of them that want to step into that realm. Not of like following a specific diet per se, but just eating healthier, right? And you, by touching on the college experience and how you became vegetarian during that time, coincidentally, because it wasn't on purpose, right? You also touched on the food desert issue, because you had that organic store that was walkable to you. And so this is even beyond college students. We have people that's just growing up, they don't have anywhere to get produce from, you know? So it actually is tricky. It's beyond like, oh, I can't eat that, to like access, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So thankfully you did have the access to that. And then I loved your story about how it went from you like figuring it out and getting healthier for you, and then you combined your world with your husband pretty much, and then you both rubbed off on each other. But prior to you even meeting him, you kind of mastered the Flexitarian thing a little bit, you know? So now you making him healthier, he making you less healthy. But you know, it's still the balance that you're trying to strike. I think that's awesome. And you touched on a really good point. Some people, they don't stay vegetarian, they don't stay vegan, they see what it is that they want. And then you were conscious of your health goals and your health status, like you monitored yourself, right? Young ladies, young men, people, you have to pay attention to how you respond to things. I talk about that all the time.
Yeah, it's so true.
You have to like test it on yourself, you know? So I think that's an amazing answer.
Yeah.
Great.
But one thing I will say about the food desert thing is that, because I've also been in that situation where, because I didn't have a car, you know, you need a car to like go to the grocery store and like stuff like that. But if you can make it there, don't sleep on canned food and frozen food, because a lot of times the frozen veggies are even fresher. And as a busy kind of college student or grad student, you can still easily, I used to, because that's when I didn't have access to a car, that's what I used to do, a lot of like canned chickpeas and beans and stuff, and you can still roast those, put it in stews, blah blah blah, meal prep for like a few days and still kind of, you know, have that same lifestyle, even though you're not necessarily like going to an organic market like every other day. So just something to keep in mind. There's a lot of ways to be so creative with frozen and canned foods that will allow you the flexibility and also avoid, you know, veggies going bad in your
so many
fridge,
benefits,
like food waste and stuff like that.
You don't have to put extra seasoning sometimes. Sometimes it's already seasoned. Like you were talking about storage and food waste. And then the food prep and like the food prep beforehand and the actual cooking can be a lot quicker, because with beans in particular, it takes forever. If you're doing it like for raw beans, it takes forever. So yeah.
So part of the reason I cook like most days or like most meals is because that's how I grew up. And looking back, I still kind of am amazed at how my mom like had a full-time job and still came and like made dinner for 4 people like every night. But yeah, we grew up eating rice and stew like so obviously occasionally we get pizza, or like we could go to McDonald's or Wendy's or something. Going to college and like the going out food is now your everyday food.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just like, we gotta do something about this. So as soon as I could, I transferred to a dorm that was like apartment style, so it had a kitchen. And that's when I was able to kind of like do more. It also was a rude awakening because I had roommates and stuff, and to kind of see different people's experiences with cooking. Like you could tell the people who kind of were taught their way around a kitchen growing up at home versus those who were not. And that was a learning curve for me, because I thought everybody had to cook. I thought everybody was, in the kitchen slicing onions.
I'm cracking up. And it's funny because Sanata was like, okay, so how are we going to do this? I was like, well, honestly, I usually let people cook in their own kitchen. She's like, oh, no, you can do it. Okay. Once she had that food in front of her, it just was like autopilot. She just started.
I started young.
Yeah. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. And I feel like so we're drifting off. I feel like I was kind of like mad at my mom. I felt like it was torture, like to be in the kitchen with her. But now I'm always asking her questions.
Yep.
And she's like, girl, she never said it like, okay, now you want to know the tea.
But it's the subtext.
Yeah,
is there.
It's there. And I'm like, I'll take it because it just was like, and then also like I was in college too, some of these periods where I would like live at home, and I'm like studying for like a chemistry test. College or grad school that you had this
grad school
that it was walking distance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. For college, I had roommates that had a car. Okay. So we would pile up like once a month or once every couple of weeks and go, and that's when I relied more on like the frozen and canned stuff to like to kind of keep up with eating healthy, even though I didn't always have access to like fresh stuff. And,
University of Maryland Student Union is the college.
So it takes real discipline because I could just go across the street and like
yeah. And the thing, what saved me, I think like I didn't like the way Panda Express tasted too. Yeah.
I see what you mean. Like it's definitely not something I could eat like every day. But sometimes if I'm hungry and I'm also studying and it's in between classes or I just finished and it's 4 or 5 p.m. and I haven't eaten all day, like listen.
Yeah. It's like let's get some waffle fries. Yeah, that's the thing. Also, like my family didn't live far from the campus.
Same.
So it's a mixed thing. But we had to learn during my nutrition program at University of Maryland, we had to learn how to shop for people that was like on SNAP or we had to compare the nutrients and canned foods or frozen foods versus fresh foods. And another thing that's good is they brought farmers markets to the campus.
Oh, nice.
They did that a few times when I was on campus. But the farmers market is kind of expensive, but they still brought it there. So it's different things. But this is a good segue into the culture question. How does culture affect your food choices?
I mean, there's still more to say. I mean, definitely the home cooked But back to the meat thing, like, it's not considered a meal if there is a meat. So I remember some grumbling around, like, when I showed up back home, like from college, coming home in the summer, it's like, oh, you know, like, I don't want to eat this. I don't. It's like, huh? What do you mean? What are you talking about? And it's funny because later on, my parents also went on their own health journey. So then they're trying to get the quinoa and the this and that. And they're like, oh, by the way, like, what were you? And I'm like, well. So it's kind of like with your mom.
Yeah.
But it flipped.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of weird. I mean, I guess not unexpected though, but I don't think I was expecting the intensity of like the pushback, the cultural pushback from like saying I don't want to eat meat. And sometimes like if we were in a public setting or like, you know, a house party or like a family and friends gathering or whatever, like you're not gonna, you know, you're missing chicken. You're not gonna get the blah, blah, and it's like, just let me, you know, let me do what I want to do. So I wasn't expecting like the depth of the pushback, but on the flip side, and I know that this is like a larger conversation I've seen on social media and stuff, a lot of our cultural cooking, like our dishes are already like really healthy.
Yes.
Like they're vegetable based, like we were just talking about the eggplant stew. Like, so our ancestors knew what they were doing already. So it's just kind of funny to, I guess, see that contradiction of like, we are coming from a culture that has kind of healthy whole foods built in, but then also this like reification of meat and like, but that also has a cultural thing to it too, right?
What
like,
word did you use?
Reification.
What is that?
Like a worship or like a putting meat on a pedestal.
Okay.
Because it's also like a status symbol, right? Because you can afford meat in the pot, like blah, blah. So it's, you know, the thought that like he would say no to that is like, what do you mean? So it's just interesting to see those two kind of contradict each other, but still kind of live side by side. I think also that I'm really happy to be part of the African diaspora and like having grown up on African food, because just in the
African food, but we talk about vegetables, we talking about stews, you know what I'm saying?
It's also a gateway to like the food of the global south as well. So I feel like I can eat Indian food, and yes, it's foreign to me, but like I can appreciate what they do with the spices and like, oh, that's how you do it, and like, oh, that's how you do it. Like, I think it comes with like a kind of built-in ability to appreciate how other cultures like spice their foods and like what they do and like their customs.
I love curry.
Right?
I love curry, which is actually popular in the Caribbean.
Yeah, because of migration.
Yes.
So
yes,
I also actually saw an interesting post, Instagram, I don't know the creator, I'm sorry, but she was basically calling out Western cuisine, because curry as we know it, it's not a thing in India. Like,
really?
Yeah. Curry is actually, it's based off of the word in Hindi, correct me if I'm wrong, for sauce. So it just means sauce. So there's different regional sauces or curries depending on where you are.
Yeah.
But curry itself as a spice was actually invented by British colonialists who like wanted to package up this
and already pre-existing,
and like and those are also the people who like brought it over to the Caribbean and everything. And so I don't think that she was saying that Indian people don't use curry as we know it, but they would refer to the actual spices that
individually,
make it up. Instead of like curry powder. Yeah,
because sometimes it's a blend. Like even turmeric, I don't know how to say it. but it's a blend
Yeah.
of different things. It includes curry, or curry can include turmeric and then different spices.
I was like, read me. So you have that, but even though, you know, the origins might be a little, you know, it's still really good. And it's now it's like a staple. Like it's, you know, so many people cook with it in the Caribbean, in Africa, across the globe. So it has become its own thing. But when you actually look at the history, it's like, oh.
And do y'all look at the history of things? I feel like that's a good practice.
Yeah, it can get exhausting though, because usually most of the history is messed up. So it's like, do I want to be upset on a Tuesday, or do I just want to enjoy this thing here? So you gotta kind of, you know, pick and choose. Yeah, what you want to get upset about.
But I like what you said about the global South. Diasporic type of eating, because I even like jollof rice. It's like Geechee rice, you know.
And we have different versions. So the Ivorian version is, we don't call it jollof rice. It's something else. It's like chicken based, but you know, even just within West Africa, there's like different variations. But I feel like you can do that more easily when you kind of already have an understanding of how your culture approaches food.
Because Geechee is its own culture in South Carolina. Like they have their own living space and everything, like their own islands, and language and everything.
I would love to visit one day and eat the food, but we'll see.
Because they're also kind of like remote, a little bit hard to access.
Yeah.
What they call that? A seether or what?
Oh, this?
Or filter?
Yeah, I guess filter. I know there's a word for it, but I can't. As soon as you said something, it like, if escaped my mind.
Yeah, I know it's not what I said. I know it's not a seether.
A sieve, maybe?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Due to the meal we just had, I'm so sorry for what I say for the rest of this podcast. So just giving that disclaimer.
Listen, I'm right there with you. It's like, I guess. Cheers. Cheers.
Okay. So now we're back, and we're switching gears from the direct culture talk, and I guess this is kind of like an indirect culture talk. We're getting into like the schedule portion of this. So how many times a day do you eat?
On a good day, 3 times a day. And this actually goes back to culture. I'm not a snacker. I just didn't grow up that way. Okay. So I do snack sometimes, but it's not a built-in thing. And I also like, I'm not like a sugar sweet type of person. So even my snacks are like trail mix and like an apple.
You're really healthy. That's great.
I know. So that was another adjustment for my husband, because he be wanting like Oreos and like whatever.
The good stuff.
And we go down that aisle. I just be giving this look like, not in my home.
Not the wedding aisle, the grocery aisle. The grocery store aisle.
Oh yes, the grocery store. So occasionally he'll be like, I'll do what I want. I'm gonna get like, but he feels guilty.
You're doing your job.
Yeah, I'm very much a breakfast, lunch, dinner type of person. But because of my schedule with work, I overwork, and so a lot of times I'll wake up and like start working, which is really bad, and then I'll miss breakfast, or I'll eat breakfast really late, and then so it does lead to like kind of disordered eating a little bit, because my kind of digestion needs to wake up in the morning. If I don't eat in the morning, like I just I guess my stomach's just like, oh, I guess we're not working today, like it's just like it's out. So not eating breakfast in the morning like will set me up badly for like the rest of the day. So I do try to eat breakfast. It may not always be 9 a.m. breakfast, 12 p.m. lunch, 6 p.m. dinner, because we also eat late, but that's also because of work. So I would love to eat dinner at like, 7, 8, but usually closer to like 9. Sometimes 10.
Life. Yeah, that's real life.
Yeah, so I'm okay with the number of meals that I eat when I eat breakfast, but I would love to shift everything up a little bit, because I know you're not supposed to, you shouldn't eat too late in the night, because your digestion is going to keep you up, and like, things like that. And the earlier you eat, I read that it's like recommended to take a walk after you eat to help with like insulin spikes. But if we're eating at 10 p.m., like we're not gonna go outside and like take a walk. But like on a nice summer night, if we finish eating like 7:38, we go on a walk, and like it's healthier. But it would mean really having discipline. Like, okay, work ends at 5, actually ends at 5. You get a little bit of a break. You make dinner and then you eat, which sounds so simple.
It's not. People don't realize how much calories you burn from working. Anything that causes like a mental, I don't want to use the word stress, but mental work, it's going to physically exert calories, because your body, your cells are still doing that work. The neurons got to travel. You got to write an email, you using your finger, little things like that. And when you doing it early in the morning and then late at night, the breakfast is really important.
Yes.
Breakfast is really important. And it's probably even better to do it late at night so that you can actually sleep. Because a lot of times it's hard to just turn off our minds. So eating before we sleep is helpful in that regard, but it can cause heartburn and different. So it's just like really individually, it's different. It's different, and you have to be mindful of that. But
because we do eat late, and we don't get heartburn, but I do find that sometimes it's harder for me to fall asleep, because I think my body's still digesting the food and like working to like but listen, it is what it is.
And it's funny because recently, like, I've increased my physical activity. I've been starting to work out more in my little fitness era, but recently, even from just doing more walks during the major challenge, like, I've just been so much more hungry. But you gotta watch that, because you want to get the right foods. But I love how you brought up the snacking thing, because that takes up calories. So if you're concerned about calories and you think that you're just eating 3 square meals a day, the snacks is something you have to remember too, and incorporate that into your daily calorie count, your nutrient count, your salt count,
that's a big one too. Because I feel like sugar is easy to kind of like notice that something is sweet, but salt can kind of go undetected. So even pretzels, chips, even things
Crackers.
that are like healthy, like they all
dips. So yes, it's a huge one.
But I think snacks can also be, I like to use it as a way to increase some kind of like healthy thing. So let me have some nuts to get more protein, or like avocado to get like some healthy fat, like whatever. So I feel like sometimes people associate like, oh, I shouldn't snack, when really it's the thing that you're snacking on, as opposed to like the act of snacking. That could be the issue. So
because some people have low blood sugar, you need a quick snack, you need a quick juice. Why don't you just get a fruit juice, or like a juice with low sugar, low added sugar, things like that. Good point. And I feel like this is like the same exact question. How does your schedule affect your food choices?
Basically.
Okay. So
work less. Just work less.
Rest more.
Because on vacation, or like when I'm off work, I don't have these problems. I wake up, I have my breakfast, I have my tea, I get hungry in the middle of the day. I eat lunch. It's just so much smoother. So I actually think that there's a lot of talk of like, oh, 4-day work week, that kind of thing. 100% on board. But I do wish that our like corporate culture, work culture here carved out more time, like dedicated time for eating.
Creative culture.
Yeah,
entrepreneur culture, the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, but I think that would solve a lot of things because your schedule piles up. Like people schedule meetings at 12:30 on like your team's calendar. Like I don't feel like there's as much respect for like a dedicated meal time, and it puts more pressure on you as an individual to navigate that and like still try to keep up a healthy like or a regular eating schedule when if it's something that's systematically or like culturally it's like built in, then you know it's much easier to like follow through on it. Because when I and during a typical work day, like I could wake up with like every intention, like yeah, I'm gonna block off my calendar like 12 to 1 so I can like focus on lunch, but people ping you or last minute meetings, blah, blah, blah. Like, so if we could all just kind of get together and agree, don't bother people from 12 to 1. Let them.
CVS by my house, they're closed. The pharmacy's closed from 1 to 2.
Yeah, like that should be everywhere. But in this capitalist system, it's not gonna happen. And there are pros and cons because like the pharmacy is closed 1 to 2, but if that's also your lunch break and you need to pick up your like so but anyway, that's a tangent. I'm good.
No, it's a good point. It answers the question about the schedule.
Yeah.
You know, and this podcast is not like we have it figured out. We're just talking, you know, because it's deeper than food. That's my little punchline for this.
Yeah.
And it's actually been a minute since I had a nutrition or food-based conversation. So I think it was really good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I enjoyed it. Answering the questions made me realize how much I think about food and my food choices throughout the day. Like, not necessarily in a negative way, but I'm realizing that I actually do think about it a lot and actively like try to make good food choices throughout the day. And so that makes me, you know, feel a little better.
Good.
In my mind, I'm like, oh, I could do this better. I can improve this, like, blah, blah, blah. But it's also sometimes good to take a step back and appreciate the things that you already do. And I think that could also hopefully be a good takeaway for other people.
Good takeaway for me. Thank you so much. That's so real.
Yeah.
Was it you or was it Della that told me to give myself more grace the other day?
It was probably her. That definitely sounds like something she would say, but I agree. Yeah. She tells me the same thing, so it's probably her. Yeah. But yeah, like kind of what you're saying, like food should also be enjoyable, like, you know, so if you are too concerned about, you know, any single thing, then that's when you can kind of make life harder for yourself because you're like stressing out about food, which leads to you eating too much or not enough and like all this stuff. So I like to have a more balanced approach to food, and honestly part of that is by not listeing to online conversations.
Girl.
Because I just
except for this one.
Like the toxic I enjoy conversations like this where you're taking a more holistic approach, like you're thinking more about habits instead of individual foods to eat or not eat. I mean, obviously this is your background, so of course we're gonna have a, you know, an educated conversation and balance and all that stuff. But I think that it's always good to appreciate these types of conversations, because the other type that I described, I feel
like
gets
doing
more,
everything wrong.
They lead with negativity and fear. They get more engagement, they get more views, and the positive content that's actually constructive and like, you know, can't compete because you're not leading with all the like negative framing that like the algorithms like prioritize. So I think it's also up to us as consumers, like social media consumers, to really seek out, support the content that we want to see, and resist the rage bait and the fear bait and the this one trick that's gonna make you skinny, or I don't know, give you perfect health or whatever, because hopefully we should all know by now that
it's a lie.
There's no, so
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me on your podcast.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. I feel like I was on your podcast.
No.
This was so good. This was so good.
He had no time for me.
Good
husband. How boring.
Oh.
Like, relax.
Yeah. She said the same thing to me. I'm like, girl. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I just wanted her to cook for me. But